familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone accompanying tonight.
Our upcoming concert is entitled An American Songbook. It explores the rich traditions of American jazz and American musical theater.
This program is very unique in that it will reveal a very special time in our society, a very rich musical heritage that we had in the 20th century with the music of Lerner and Loewe and Sondheim and the likes of Cole Porter. And the magic of the lyrics is really interesting because it was during the time in our society when things were very optimistic, and the lyrics and the music really reflects that.
I especially like Another Opening, Another Show, because I sort of feel like my very beginnings in high school, actually junior high drama, introduced me to the whole concept of putting together a show and how exciting it can be, how rewarding it can be, and how much fun it is.
After opening the concert with Another Opening, Another Show, we do a Lerner and Loewe medley, which is really wonderful melodic music.
The one selection that we're presenting that's very special to me is Camelot. I had the privilege of being in that program, in that musical back in the 1980s. I played the part of Merlin and Sir Sagramore, and I just remember so much of that music and how magical it really was. It was a lot of fun to participate in a musical of that scope. And so you can think back at a lot of the musicals that you may have been involved in and really remember those times when you had a blast, whether it be in high school or in community theater, putting on musicals of that caliber.
I love the rhythms and the harmonies of these composers, like Cole Porter and George and Ira Gershwin and Fats Waller. They're just so wonderful. It's so wonderful to sit in the middle of the choir while you're working on these notes, and suddenly the harmonies come together and it just feels like it's just coming out of your very soul.
This will be a little departure from the normal program that we do, where we're just standing perfectly still and singing to you. There's going to be a little movement, and I'm sure you'll be moving around out there too. So we invite you to this program because we will definitely be putting you in the mood, which is one of the titles of our selection.
I love In the Mood, and just the way that it's arranged, it's a wonderful arrangement. Chorus doesn't sing any English words, it's just all instrumental, and I think that it really comes together and sounds like a big band.
I'm very excited about our soloists and people doing duets. We have so much talent in this group, and I know that'll be just wonderful to experience. The addition of instruments always makes it fun for we as singers to take it up another notch, and it'll be fun to have somebody introduce and tell us a little history and background about the tunes that we're going to be listening to and producing that night.
We're going to be joined on this concert by an MC, a local talent with KJZZ 91.5, and that's Blaise Lantana, the music director at the local jazz station, and she's going to take us through small vignettes introducing various portions of our concert. It's a real treat to have her with us.
The nice thing about Blaise Lantana being with us, she's also going to do a tune that night. And as probably many of you know, she performs jazz here in the Valley quite often. And her show on the radio is quite interesting too. She does a lot of historical background with what she shares.
The second half of the concert is a really wonderful half, which is dedicated to American lyricist and composer Stephen Sondheim. It will include such greats as Comedy Tonight, Send in the Clowns, the most wonderful melody. You got to hear that one. And then we're doing a whole medley of his piece that was full of morals for us, and it's called Into the Woods. Difficult, challenging music with wonderful messages and wonderful opportunity for soloists. And then we do a piece called Sunday, from Sunday in the Park with George. Wonderful energies. And we close with Stephen Sondheim's influence on Leonard Bernstein, and that is in a medley where he wrote the texts. He was the lyricist for a West Side Story medley. Wonderful music. And if If you want to come to hear American music and some of the richest musical theater examples there are, wide expanse from all the way back to the 60s through today, come and hear our concert, including some real chestnuts with American jazz.
I can hardly wait to share this music with some of the people who grew up with it and just have loved it all their lives. But more than that, I'd like to share it with some younger people who may not have experienced it, because this music has been there forever. It's wonderful.
Make plans now to attend an American Songbook, a real special time, Saturday, March 9 at First United Methodist Church in downtown Mesa, and Sunday, March 10 at Valley Presbyterian Church in Paradise Valley. Hope to see you there.